Everybody, and welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and this week we're going to talk about how to talk about food and drink. In this lesson, we're going to practice explaining your opinions about food and drink. We're going to talk about some interesting grammar you can use to create your own adjectives, and we're going to talk about how to make comparisons. We're also going to practice making comparisons in a leveled up way. So we're going to start with basic comparisons, and then I'm going to talk about how you can make really creative comparisons of your own. So today, I hope that this gives you a good opportunity to learn how you can be more creative when you express your opinions. Of course, today is about food and drink, but you can also use these grammar concepts to talk about other topics too, like shopping or travel. So I hope that you can use these points in other conversations as well. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course share this video so other people can find today's lesson. Send a message in the chat too. If you are watching live, I will come to check the chat in just a moment. While we wait for everyone to join us though, a really quick announcement about this banner at the bottom of the screen that says get a 40% off forever discount. You can find the information about this from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. Check up here. You will find, if you click the link below the video, information about this sale that is ending very soon. I think it's another couple days that are in the sale. So find all of the information from this page right here. You can get all of this information for the 40% off forever discount. This is a great time to start studying with us at EnglishClass101.com. So check it out. All right. Everything is okay now for announcements. Hello, everyone in the YouTube chat. Jamili, Natalie, Robson, Jamalia from Paris. What's up? Mia, hello. On Facebook, Monde, what's up? Hello. I don't see anybody else on Facebook yet. Maybe you will join me soon. Okay, let's start. We have a lot to talk about. So let's begin. Let's start very easy and very simply. First, let's begin with some key vocabulary for this lesson. These are adjectives that are very commonly used when we talk about food and drink. On the left side, I chose things we use a lot for food. And on the right side, I chose some words we often use for drinks, okay? So let's go through one by one, break them down, and talk about when we can use them. You can put your example sentences in the chat. Let's begin. First one is salty. Salty. Something that is salty is something that tastes like salt. It seems like it has too much salt, okay? Salty is usually a negative thing, but something that is a little bit salty is maybe okay. If you like food that tastes like salt, maybe you like salty food, okay? Then let's talk about kind of the opposite, one of the opposites kind of, is sugary. Sugary. Something that is sugary is something that tastes very, very sweet, but it tastes like white sugar or brown sugar. So we sometimes maybe use this for natural food like fruit, perhaps, but we don't really say sugary for natural food very often. We use the word sweet to talk about natural food. Sugary is, for example, baked things like pastries or donuts, something that has lots and lots of sugar in it, like white sugar. So some people like sugary snacks, some people like salty snacks. I am team salty. You can put that in the chat. You can put what yours is. Okay. Is my voice okay? Somebody in the chat mentioned that the speaker is a little bit low. Maybe your speaker's interesting. I don't know. You control desk, check it out. Anyway, let's continue to the next one. Savory. Savory. Something that is savory is something that is in a category of more salty foods. This might be confusing. So we talked about salty being kind of negative, right? Something that is not so good, right? Too much salt. But savory is a category of food. So if we imagine on this side is salty things, and on this side is sweet things like snacks, savory foods are like right here. So It's not so sweet, but it's more on the salty side, yeah? So it's not salty in a negative way, but we have a salty feeling. So for example, crackers, potato chips, maybe like fried chicken, those things are more salty, but not in a bad way, right? Those things are savory. So we can say, I like savory foods. I like savory snacks, yeah? That's definitely me. I like savory foods and savory snacks. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Control Desk. Okay, so Inazuma, I hope I just answered your question. I often confuse savory and sweet. So sweet sounds like fruits, donuts, pastries, things that have lots of sugar and natural sweetness. Savory is something that is more on the salt side of the spectrum. So maybe I can make a quick spectrum for you. Oops, I made a mistake. So if we imagine that we have a spectrum. On this side is salty, and on this side is sweet, and here in the middle, this area right here is savory. Savory. Yeah, I hope that helps. So salty is kind of negative, too much salt, right? But something savory is something that has some salt in it, not super sweet. So maybe savory is right here, yeah? So this is the difference, salty to sweet. Okay, let's continue to the next vocabulary word, fatty. Fatty. Something that is fatty has a lot of fat. So we use this vocabulary word for meat. If you see like pork or chicken or beef, something with lots of white on it, the white fat, we can express that with fatty. Like that meat is very fatty, or this tastes very fatty. Something that has lots of fat on it, as in the meat, is fatty. Okay? Last one, rich. Something that is rich. This does not mean it has a lot of money. So this one means that the food itself, usually used for sauce, dessert, maybe those are the two most common ones I can think of now. Something that is very rich, has lots and lots and lots of flavor, and it's very dense, like it's very full of flavor, yeah? So it's not a very light flavor, like soup, like Vietnamese soup maybe sometimes is more light and herby, yeah? But something that's very, very rich is like, for example, a chocolate cake, yeah? Or maybe like maybe you could say like a tomato cream sauce. That's a very, very rich kind of sauce. Okay. All right. Some people are sending. Zach has just sent a whole bunch of other vocabulary words in the chat. Great. There are lots. I'm only covering a few here. There are a lot. Okay. Victor wrote, Peruvian ceviche is savory and sour. Try it. Cool. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay. Let's move on to drinks, some drinks. These are not only for drinks, but these are very helpful when you talk about drinks. So first one, sour, something that is sour. If you don't know sour, something that is sour is, the best example is a lemon. A lemon is very sour, or maybe a lime, also very sour, okay? So something that makes your face go, ah, when you have it. That's a sour thing, a sour food or a sour drink. More often, like desserts or drinks or candies are sour, okay? Tom yum soup, that's a sour thing. Good example, Control Desk, okay? Next one is bubbly. Bubbly, we can use this for personalities also. Maybe you know why. Bubbly is a word we use for drinks with lots of bubbles, lots of carbonation. So depending on your region of the world, soda like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, those big brands, or champagne also, lots and lots of bubbles. We use bubbly to talk about that. Ooh, this drink is so bubbly, yeah? We also use bubbly for personalities, it's true. Someone who feels like they have lots of energy, lots of bubbles inside them. Okay, on to the next one, which is cloudy. Cloudy is something you will use for drinks when you look carefully in the glass. This one is used for beer, or you might hear it for example, certain juice mixes. Something that is cloudy, it's like a cloud inside the glass. So you can't see through the glass. It's not a clear drink. So a cloudy drink means there's something inside it, right? It could be fruit, it could be other ingredients inside it. It makes it like a hazy kind of drink. Okay, next one is herby. herby. In American English, we say herby. We do not pronounce this H at the beginning, herby, okay? Something that is herby is something that tastes like lots and lots of herbs. So for example, basil, or maybe you've heard it pronounced basil as well, depending on the region. So those kinds of things, like there are so many different herbs, oregano, cilantro, mint, something that has lots and lots of those kind of grassy or herb-like tastes is something that is herby. So a sauce can also be herby, yeah? Or maybe there's lots of herbs like rosemary on some meat. We could say it has a strong like herby taste or rosemary-like taste, okay? And last one here, this one is very important. In this part, I want to explain how you can create your own adjectives because we use this all the time. It's like a kind of casual grammar point, how we native speakers create our own adjectives, okay? So the way we do this is we choose a noun and we add y to that noun. Noun plus y. It's very simple. So for example, I have lemony, lemony. So we have lemon, maybe you can see here, lemon plus y, yeah, makes lemony. So this cake is lemony, right? That's an easy way to say this cake tastes like lemon, right? But much shorter. Here's another one. Chocolate, add y, it becomes chocolatey, chocolatey. Ooh, this is a very chocolatey drink. That's strange, right? So it's an easy way to compare two things. Last one is meaty, meaty. So meat plus y, you say, oh, this sauce is really meaty, right? To express that it feels like you're eating meat or the taste is similar to meat. So you can create your own adjectives in this very, very simple, easy way. Native speakers do it all the time. We create strange adjectives in many different situations. So just add y to the end, okay? Please note this is a very casual grammar point. Do not use this in like business or professional situations. This is good when you're talking with your friends, okay? All right. What if the noun ends, good question, Inazuma. What if the noun ends in a vowel sound, okay, like banana or mango? We still do the same thing. We say like, oh, this is kind of banana-y, or this is kind of mango-y. We might also use ish. Ish is another one that we sometimes use. I-S-H, same idea. It means banana-like. This is kind of banana-ish, or this is mango-ish. It means it's similar to mango or similar to banana. So you might also hear people do that for words that end in a vowel sound. Okay, let's see. Hello everybody on Facebook. What's up, Gasan and Omyims? Hi, Jafar, Jao, what's up everybody? Other things. Zach wrote banana flavored. Yes, you can say that something is banana flavored, but when we say something is, you know, blah, 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 flavored, it sounds like that's on purpose. That's the reason. So when you go to the supermarket and you see like ice cream and it says, in this case, like mango flavored or banana flavored, it sounds like it's not real mango or not real banana. It sounds like fake, like they made it in the factory like that, okay? It sounds like that's just like not like pure banana or mango. So yes, sometimes things say flavored, like something flavored, but that usually sounds like something you see on packaging, right? Okay, let's continue to the next part, which is a break. Oh my gosh, okay. So in case you missed it before, the team has a 40% off forever discount. Oh my gosh, this is a great time to start studying at EnglishClass101.com. If you click the link below the video, if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video on Facebook, you can find all of this information. If you want to start studying with us now is a great chance. 40% off forever. Check it out. You can find all the details here. Okay, let's continue to part 2 and part 3, where we practice all of these vocabulary words together with some key grammar points. Hooray! If you haven't, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video so other people can find the lesson. That would be great. So let's go. Part 2, opinions. How do you share your opinion with these vocabulary words we talked about? Let's look at the basic pattern. I like, adjective, plus the plural form of the noun, okay? If it's a countable noun, okay? So adjective, that means these words right here, okay? the words we talked about earlier. And of course, you can use your own. Of course, you can create your own. So we have this as the standard positive sentence pattern. If you want to make a negative sentence, it's easy. I don't like adjective, plural noun. Okay, let's look at 2 examples. I'll break them down and then I will check your examples in the chat. Let's go. First one, I like salty snacks. I like salty snacks. This is true. This is my personal example sentence today. So what's happening here? We have I, in this case my subject, right? Our verb, I like, here's my adjective, salty, which we talked about earlier, something that has lots of salt. Oh gosh, I love salty snacks. And then our noun, in this case, snacks. Do not forget the S. I like salty snacks, plural. Okay, snack is a countable noun, so we have to use the plural form. I like salty snacks. Okay, you can tell me what snacks you like in the chat. Let's compare this to a negative example sentence then. I don't like sugary desserts. I don't like sugary desserts. This is also true. So again, subject, I, me, personally, I, negative, I don't like, okay? I don't like. Do not is correct, but don't sounds more natural. I don't like, here is my adjective, sugary. We talked about there, tastes like sugar. I don't like sugary, and my noun is dessert. Don't forget the S. Sugary desserts. Sugary desserts. It's a countable noun. I don't like sugary desserts. I like salty snacks. I don't like sugary desserts. At native speed, that's what it sounds like. This don't like reduces to I don't like. I don't like. I don't like sugary desserts. Okay? Let's see what you wrote. Zach wrote, I enjoy sweet candies. Nice. Nahora wrote, I don't like, I would say, instead of I don't like so sugary cakes, I would say I don't like very sugary cakes or super sugary cakes. So I don't like so sugary cakes. I feel like we wouldn't say so in this position here. Okay, I'm going to try to read some more. Jose wrote, I don't like fatty French fries. Okay, a good example. Inazuma wrote, I like savory French fries. Me too. Natalie wrote, I like salty lemon Coke. Is that a special type of Coke? I never heard that before. I kind of want to try it. I like vanilla Coke. I don't like soda, really. I don't like really sweet things, personally. But sometimes a little is okay. Other people, Jose wrote, I like herby drinks. Nice one. Okay. Facebook, no examples. Hi, everybody. Facebook only writes hello. Come on, Facebook. Your YouTube chat classmates are doing such a good job. Okay, let's continue to basic expressions then. So we can use this pattern to express our opinion. And then how do we express some opinions to other people more generally? Okay, we can use, again, a very basic pattern to do this. This is blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is meaning when you go to the restaurant, you talk with your friend, or you go to someone's home and you eat their home-cooked food. What should you say? For positive expressions, this is really good. This is really good. Of course, this is good is also okay. This is really good. This is very good. This is so good. This is super good. You can use a different vocabulary word here. It's okay. Second, this is delicious. This is delicious is a great way, an easy way to compliment someone. This is amazing. You can use this for food or for a different experience. This is amazing. This beautiful view, this beautiful dish, this is amazing. And this is tasty. This is tasty. So something that is tasty. This word sounds a little casual, maybe even a little cute, maybe just a little tiny bit. It's a casual word, which means delicious. This is tasty, very tasty. Okay, then in red at the bottom here, how do we express that we do not like something? Politely, right? This is also very important. Here are 2 samples you can use. I'm not a fan of food or drink. I'm not a fan of food or drink. For example, I used this earlier. I don't like sugary desserts. This is very direct, right? We can use this pattern to make it softer. I'm not a fan of sugary desserts. I'm I'm not a fan of sugary desserts. Or for a drink, for example, if you don't drink alcohol, you can say, I'm not a fan of alcohol. I just don't like it very much. Yeah? I'm not a fan of that thing. Don't forget this part. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. Means I don't support that thing, kind of. It's a strange way to put it. But I'm not a fan of blah, blah, blah. Okay? Nahora, you wrote, this is really tasty. There's a Y at the end. Tasty. Tasty. Okay? Next one. I don't like food or drink very much. I don't like food or drink very much. So, for example, I don't like salty snacks very much. Or I don't like sour candies very much. Okay? So this very much at the end is a little more soft, a slightly softer way to say it. Okay? There are other ways to say this too, but here are some basic patterns. Okay, let's continue to the last part. Very quickly, there is a 40% off forever sale right now. I won't do the whole break right now. I'll come back at the end. Thanks, Control Desk. But I want to get through this, and then I'll remind you officially one more time. But check it out. There's a 40% off forever discount. Amazing. Love it. Good question. Are the words like heady, alcohol, or drunken used? So those are used. So heady we could use to talk about maybe drinks. Alcohol, like I'm not sure what you want to say with alcohol. Maybe do you mean it tastes like the alcohol taste is really strong, if that's what you want to say. If you want to talk about alcohol taste, you could say this, like this beer or this wine is really strong. That's how we describe high alcohol content. That's what we say. Alcohol content is high. And your third one, drunken is used to talk about a person, someone's behavior. His drunken behavior got us kicked out of the bar. So that one we don't use to talk about the food or drink. That's for behavior. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Michelle wrote, I'm not into alcohol would be correct. Yeah, you could say that. More naturally, if you don't drink alcohol, if you, for personal reason or health reason, whatever, you can say I don't drink or I don't drink alcohol. Or some people I know have like an allergy or medical reason, like I can't drink alcohol. Yeah, so I don't drink or I don't drink alcohol is usually okay. Some people also just don't like the taste, which is fine. So you can say, I don't really like alcohol. I don't like alcohol, sorry. So I hope that that answers your question. Oh, where'd my monitor go? Oh, there it goes. Okay, that was weird. All right, let's go to the last part, comparisons. This is a fun part. Okay, let's talk about our basic pattern, and then we'll finish today with a very creative pattern. Okay, it's gonna be fun. So comparison here is A tastes like B. Simple, right? Really simple. In this pattern, A is a noun and B is a noun, okay? A tastes like B means this thing has a similar taste to this thing, okay? So this thing and this thing are similar, right? When we use this, we need to say tastes, tastes like, not taste, okay? Tastes like B, okay? So let's practice this part first in black. I will come to the red part in a moment. Let's just practice this pattern. So this sauce tastes like vinegar. This sauce tastes like vinegar. Ugh. Here is noun A. This sauce, right, that I'm eating, tastes like vinegar, okay? Why do we use this pattern? We want to show that two things that are very different have one point that is similar. In this case, this is a sauce, okay? It's not vinegar, but the vinegar taste is very strong. That's what we communicate here. The sauce tastes like vinegar. Ugh. Maybe you love vinegar. I don't know. But usually when a sauce tastes very vinegary, it's a bad thing, yeah? So this sauce tastes like vinegar. Ugh, okay? Let's look at another example. My drink tastes like lemon juice. My drink tastes like lemon juice. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. It's up to you. In a good situation, you could say, oh, my drink tastes like lemon juice. This is so great, so fresh, right? So it sounds like the drink has a similar point with lemon juice, okay? If it's a bad thing, you could say, ooh, my drink tastes like lemon juice. Oh, it's so sour, right? Depends on your intonation. Last one, that dessert tasted like heaven. Heaven, this is not a food word. Heaven means a mythical, beautiful place in the clouds where everything is perfect and sunshiny, right? So we can use a concept or a place in the position of be. This drink tasted like heaven, okay? That means that it was so good. We are comparing the drink to a beautiful, beautiful place. This drink tasted like heaven. People use this when they talk about their travels, like, oh, that drink tastes like Korea. Like that tastes like something I had in Korea, yeah? So you can use that to talk about your travels too. All right, let's see what you wrote to me. Nothing yet. Okay. I saw lots of examples from part 2. I'll wait for part 3. However, we need to look at this point right here. That dessert tasted. I have the past tense here, tasted. That means I finished the drink. So here, I have the same one, tasted, past tense. A tasted like B means I finished A, but I still want to make the comparison, yeah? That dessert tasted like heaven. Or to make these past tense, my drink tasted like lemon juice. Ugh. Or this sauce or that sauce tasted like vinegar. Ugh. Yeah? So just change this to a D. Tasted to make it past tense. Okay, continuing to the last part because I am over time. Get creative. The last part, the fun part. To get creative, you can use a verb phrase instead of a noun for be. So in this position, change this noun into, well, we could say an independent clause or a full sentence, simple full sentence. I said verb phrase here to be open, but we can replace this with a concept or a situation to be really creative. Let me show you what I mean. My drink tastes like the bartender squeezed a fresh lemon into my glass. Okay? So my drink tastes like the bartender squeezed a fresh lemon into my glass. This is a much stronger image than just my drink tastes like lemon juice, right? This is a very simple sentence. It communicates clearly, yes. But this, we have an image in our mind. We can imagine how strong the lemon taste is in the drink, right? So this is a much more creative way to express that idea. This part is just a simple sentence. Here's my subject. The bartender squeezed is my verb. To squeeze is this motion for fruit, squeeze. Here we have a fresh lemon, so the object of our verb. And then here, where was it squeezed? Into my glass. This is a very simple sentence, really. But we put it in place of be to make a very creative comparison. Cool, right? Let's look at one more example of this creativity. That cake tasted like someone left it in the oven a little too long. That cake tasted like someone left it in the oven a little too long. In other words, the cake was burned. The cake tasted burnt, right? This is a creative way to express that. That cake tasted, past tense, tasted like, here's my subject, someone, my verb, left it in the oven a little too long. So I've added this to show it was burned, right? Someone left it in the oven a little too long. So these kinds of expressions can help you be much more creative and give an image of the situation instead of just these basic reports. So if you want to practice and level up these comparisons, next time you are eating something, think about how you could express that with some of these words, especially the creative patterns we practiced today, and think about how you can give those more exciting explanations to describe what you're eating and drinking. That makes it a lot more fun. Okay, we have to finish there because I'm out of time and I'm late. But that's all for now. I will let you take a screenshot. If you want to take a screenshot, go for it now. There you go. All right, good. So today we practiced talking about food and drink, making comparisons, giving your opinion, and we also learned some very creative ways to use grammar to come up with our own ideas, to make our own expressions for these things. And like I said, you can use these topics or these grammar points to talk about other things. It's not just for food and drink. We use these for personal style, for shopping, for travel, for so many experiences. So please practice these. You will need them. Okay? I have to finish there. But I'll be back next week. Next week, what did I choose for next week? I forget always. Next week, I'll be back at the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, Google it or set a notification on Facebook or on YouTube, and you will get a pop-up when we begin the live stream. Next week, what did I choose for next week? Next week, we're going to talk about how to talk about something you've been working on. So we're going to talk about simple past and continuous tense together. Yeah, this is really helpful for work projects and school projects. So please join me again live next week to practice those grammar points together. Awesome. Okay, so I'll say goodbye for now, but don't forget, like I said, there is a 40% off forever discount right now at EnglishClass101.com. So it is a great time to begin learning. If you want more of my videos, if you want study tools like flashcards and tons of audio lessons, dialogue transcripts to read, there's so many different tools. So check out all of the information on this page, and you can find the information to get the discount right here also. So please check it out. That's a great chance for many of you, I think. All right, I'll say goodbye for this week. So thank you so much, everybody, for your great questions, your great examples. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again next time. Bye.